This is a review of the HE6 Bluetooth headset by Cowin and Meidong. If you decide to pick this up, it will set you back just under $80. Links in the description down below. Hey, what is up everyone? My name is Joe and I want to make tech easy for you. So if at any point during this video you have any questions at all, please feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Now there will be affiliate links in the description for any products that I mentioned, so be sure to check it out. So the distributor reached out to me and sent a couple of Bluetooth headsets, this one being one of them. This is the HE6, which is made by Cowin and Meidong. This HE6 headset is almost completely black. The back of the neckband is thick as it houses the antenna, the battery, and a micro USB charging port. Now sadly there is no USB-C, which I honestly expected, especially considering the price. You can see some sharp edges in the base of the neckband. However, these are not a problem because this headset is so comfortable that you will actually never feel them. In fact, the entire neckband feels very comfortably around your neck, and it is so light that, to be honest, I often forget that I have it on me. The sides are made of flexible rubber tubes that make it very easy to just put it around your neck. The tips are made of metal, probably aluminum because they are really light. The left side has buttons for power, which also controls playback, as well as a button to invoke Siri or Google Assistant, depending on whether you're using an iPhone or an Android device. The right side has the volume up and down buttons, which control, obviously, the volume on a single press. If you hold down the buttons, it will skip or go back to the previous track. Unlike similar styles of headset, the earbuds on the HE6 do not retract or snap to the tips of the neckband. Instead, they have a couple of magnets that make the earbuds attach together so they don't dangle all over the place in your chest. While it is a cool feature, I would honestly prefer retractable earbuds over hanging wires, as these can sometimes get in the way. Speaking of wires, these are attached to the neckband by a small set of rubber tubes. I've had similar styles of neckband, actually I have one right here with me, and this one use actually some little plastic clips. And the only thing that I don't like about these ones is that these clips tend to come off or detach very easily, and it is a huge pain to put them back in the in the neckband itself. So for the time being, I guess I kind of prefer the rubber tubes in the HE6. Inside the box you also get some replacement tips for the earbuds, as well as a short micro USB cable for charging. Again, because this is an $80 Bluetooth headset, I'm really disappointed that it doesn't have USB-C. While on the topic of charging, it takes roughly 4 hours to go from 0% to 100%, and the headset is rated to last up to 10 hours of music listening at full volume, which is pretty good. Now, I don't personally do much music listening, but I do listen to podcasts and YouTube videos in the background, which technically is kind of the same thing, to be honest. And I do also make long calls throughout the day. So I would say that my use is moderate to heavy, and even so I charge this headset every 2 or 3 days when it reaches 50%. So not even letting it discharge completely, just 50%, and I charge them every 2 or 3 days. That's really good. I think that I could get easily 4 to 5 days out of a single charge with my use. So needless to say, the battery is excellent. Okay, so the important thing, how do they sound? Well, when playing music, the bass is strong and the highs are present. The mids are pronounced enough to help you with a little bit of clarity, but there is not much instrument separation, to be honest. Having that said, most people will be pretty happy listening to pretty much any music genre using this headset. And while on the topic of listening, the HE6 performs really well with phone calls. I have used them extensively for calls, and so far nobody, not even a single person, has asked me to repeat myself. So overall I can say that the HE6 sounds pretty good. So in conclusion, how do I like this HE6? Well, they are definitely the most comfortable neckband earbuds that I have tried so far. These are among my favorite of all the Bluetooth headsets that I have. They have excellent battery life, which helps a lot with me loving this. and they have a nice sleek look that's both discreet as well as interesting enough to have people come to me and ask me about them. They perform really well with phone calls, which is really important to me, and they sound nice with basically any music genre. Okay, so this is a sound test of the HE6 connected to my MacBook Pro, just for you to know what it would sound like if you connected it to them. And that was a very loud motorcycle driving by, so I guess it's good that you can get an idea of how loud the environment sounds when using this as a voice call headset. Personally, I think it's really good. Like I mentioned before, nobody has ever asked me to repeat myself. I have heard back to the recordings made with this microphone, and I think it sounds really, really good. For instance, right now connected to the MacBook Pro, I did not regulate the volume at all, so it is just plug and play, or actually connect and play because you don't plug anything. Whatever, I digress. Anyway, what do you think about the sound quality of this microphone? Personally, I think it's really good. The microphone is located somewhere around here, so it's relatively close to your mouth, and another motorcycle driving by. So I also have a fan, by the way, a floor fan, so there should be some noise from that. But generally speaking, again, the voice sounds really good, which is really what matters during a phone call. So I give it a very good rating, a high recommendation. If you want this for phone calls, it is actually really, really good. Now, they are not perfect by any means. At this price point, I really expected to have USB-C charging, not micro USB. The hanging earbuds can sometimes get in the way, like I mentioned. And though they do sound nice, they do sound pretty nice, I don't think they sound like an $80 headset should, if that makes any sense. Strictly speaking, in terms of sound quality, I've tested some $20 Bluetooth headset that sound just as good as this one. In fact, I have this right here. These are the SoulSense SL10. These go for $20. Sometimes I've seen them drop down all the way to $16. And they sound about the same. I mean, meaning just as good. Now, that's not to say that these sound bad at all. You know, just at $80 you would expect a lot better sound. That's what I'm trying to say. So, do I recommend the HE6? Well, if your highest priority is comfort without sacrificing audio and call quality, I mean, the three things are important to you, then these are definitely a go. Otherwise, I have to be honest that they do feel a little bit overpriced to me. This review was made with a retail sample provided by the distributor. However, they had no editorial input, nor did they see a preview of it, and they provided no compensation in exchange for the making of this video. So in other words, all opinions are my own. So there you have it. Are you considering this Bluetooth headset, the HE6? Do you know of a similar type of Bluetooth headset that you will want to recommend? Let me know in the comments down below. I really hope that you found this video helpful, or at the very least entertaining. If you did, please let the glorious YouTube algorithm know by ever so gently hitting that like button, and subscribe if you want to see more content from me. You may check out these other headphone reviews if you like. So this is it. If I'm lucky, I'll see you in the next one. And until then, may God bless you all.